Welcome to FitMoney's flipped lesson on spending decisions. In this lesson, we'll talk a little bit about needs, wants, and how you choose to spend your money. First, let's think about what the difference is between something you need and something you want. Think it over for a second, and then maybe come up with a couple of examples. If you thought a little bit about things you need and things you want, you might have come up with things like video games as something you want and food and medicine as things that you need. What other examples did you come up with? Now, let's talk a little bit more about what the difference is between a need and a want. Depending on what you came up with, you may have a slightly different idea. But by definition, a need is something you cannot live without. Food, water, medicine, the kind of things that keep you alive. A want is something that you would like to have, but you could live without it. Something like games or toys. It might make your life less fun, but you could continue to live happy and healthy. Take a look at the handout that came with this lesson, or look around your home and sort things that you see into needs or wants. Be prepared to justify your choice of why something is a need or why something is a want with an explanation. The way you categorize things may be slightly different from someone else. For example, you might say that needs are heat and clothes and water. These are all things that we need to survive. If you live in a cold space, you need heat to keep your body warm, clothes to keep your body protected from the elements no matter where you live, and water to keep your body hydrated. You might say that some wants are a watch, especially a fancy watch or an electronic watch or anything that isn't strictly necessary. Candy might be considered a want. It doesn't really serve a nutritional need, and you can certainly live without it. TV might seem like a need, but you can survive without television, making it a want. Sometimes the difference between a need and want is a matter of opinion, but wanting it really badly isn't the same as needing it. Needs, again, are what keep you going. So before you choose to spend money, you should ask yourself some key questions. Can I afford this item? You can't buy something that you cannot afford, meaning you don't have enough money. The word afford means have enough money to buy it. The next thing to ask yourself is, do I need this item? Is this something I'm buying because I want it or something I'm buying because I need it to survive? You can certainly buy things that you want. You just need to make sure that you're aware of which category it fits into when you buy it. How long will I use this item? Maybe it's a need like food that you'll only use until you're finished eating it. But it's something to consider. Buying something disposable versus buying something that'll last a long time. The last thing to think is, am I buying this item just to impress others? You may want to think twice about buying those fancy sneakers when your need is just to get something that will support your feet during basketball. You can always think about these 4 choices, and they really are a reflection of your values and how you think about money. There isn't always a right or wrong answer. The answers to these may be different for everyone, but they are important questions to ask yourself and think about what's important to you and your family. Here's a problem to test out some of the ways that you value money and think about those questions. This Pimp Problem is on your handout, and if you'd like to, you can read it and answer the questions there. Or you can answer the questions on any piece of paper. Maya, let's say, has $25 saved. Here's the things that she would like to buy. She would like to buy a $15 magnet science kit because Maya loves science. She'd like to buy an $8 book by her favorite author. She can't wait to read this new book. She'd also like to buy for $20 a new backpack for school. Her old backpack is badly damaged and she isn't able to carry her books, lunch, and clothes for gym back and forth anymore. So let's think about these 3 purchases and the fact that Maya only has $25. First, is the science kit that Maya is asking for a need or a want? Why do you think that? Is the book that Maya wants to buy a need or a want? Why do you think that? Is the backpack that Maya has to buy a need or a want? Why do you think that? And of these three items, which is the most important to buy? Now, here's where you have to use your values of money to decide in the fifth question how Maya should spend her money. Explain why she should spend her money that way and draw a tape diagram or another way to represent to show how much money Maya will have left. If you want to check your answers to this last question especially, remember that these questions are also a matter of opinion, so it's good to discuss them with a grown-up. Grown-ups can also see the answer key for this lesson plan on fitmoney.org. Now let's talk about opportunity costs. This is kind of a tricky concept, but I'm sure you guys can get it. An opportunity cost is the trade-off of making one choice over another choice. So when you choose between two things, you get one, but you give up the other. The thing we give up is what we call the cost of the opportunity to make that choice. Sometimes that choice might be to get something now or wait for something else in the future. In that case, the opportunity cost is waiting. So let's look at opportunity cost in a couple ways. If Jenny has a softball game on Sunday and she gets an invitation to join some friends at an amusement park on the same day, Jenny has to decide whether she's going to go to the softball game or to the amusement park. If Jenny chooses to go to the amusement park, what's the opportunity cost or trade-off? That's right. If she chooses to go to the amusement park, she is going to miss her softball game on Sunday. The softball game is the opportunity cost of going to the amusement park. Let's do one more example, and then you can try the last two on your own. If you have $7 for lunch, you can choose between, let's say, a salad or nachos, both of which cost $6. If you choose the nachos, what's the opportunity cost? If you choose the nachos, you are not choosing the salad, which means the salad is the opportunity cost. It also means you're choosing to spend the $6, which means you won't have that $6 for something else. So the opportunity cost of choosing the nachos is $6 and not choosing the salad. Take a look at these last two problems about walking or getting a ride and saving money to get and not getting a stuffed animal to see what opportunities you give up when you make a choice. This may seem like bad news, but honestly, every time we make a choice, there's some opportunity cost. And it just means that we need to think carefully about whether we like the choice we're making even more than the opportunity cost we're giving up. To finish this lesson, discuss these with a friend, partner, or grown-up. When have you had to make a choice with your money that included a trade-off, say buying one thing versus the other? What did you choose and what did that mean you gave up? What was your opportunity cost? How did you decide what to choose? And how did you feel about your decision right when you made it and a little while later? These are all important questions to ask yourself when you choose to spend your money. If you want more activities or to try other lessons, please visit us at fitmoney.org.